What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have so many exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. We're going to talk about Circle CEO posed the question, when will USDC come to Cardano and other networks? We'll talk about decentralization, DEX and aggregator updates, and at the end of the video, AI and price discussion. But first, guys, Nike likes to hang around while I make calls in the swing, says Charles. And I think that Nike's probably like 100 pounds. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, what are your weight predictions? Forget about price predictions. What's the weight predictions in kilograms or pounds for this adorable chubster? Let me know. He's very cute. Adaverse News says, Justin, Cardano ADA leads blockchain development among all top 10 cryptocurrencies. Am I surprised? No, because we continue to trend on GitHub and we have a very bustling community. Cardano ADA is almost 30 times more decentralized than Bitcoin based on Nakamoto coefficient. And this ties in nicely to this post by Darren. Cardano belongs to the community. And taking a look at this, we have a few lines. So blue is public, green is community allocations, red is insiders or pink, whatever. Foundations and more are kind of the olive color. So blue is super important. And look at Cardano. I mean, it's leading the way multiple fold. Huge, huge. 2% foundations and more. 17% is insiders, including team, company, VC, etc. But that whopping blue, that Pac-Man blue, there's a little Pac-Man action there. And it's reminding me again of the 1.56 billion ADA treasury, of the 62% and more being staked, of our liquid native staking. All the delegators that we have, all the wallets that we have. We're doing quite a good job, guys. We're on track for almost 5 million Cardano wallets. We're on track to go past like 1.6 billion ADA treasury. We're on track for massive amount of delegators in the millions. So this is great. Now let's come to the juicy steak. Circle CEO gets asked about future USDC blockchain expansions, including Cardano. I'm going to play the full clip, but spoiler alert, it's they want to expand, but they can't give a complete clear answer right now.
There are questions from the community. Folks want to know when Cardano, when the XRP ledger, and I don't know if that makes sense since Ripple's launching their own stablecoin, but any updates that you can share there?
Yeah, I mean, we're very committed to making sure that USDC and our stablecoins work on many different blockchain networks. And we're in the early days of blockchain networks competing for providing block space, providing computing capabilities, providing technology for people that are building applications in this blockchain internet space. So I like to sort of say, similar to like mobile, back in the early 2000s, there were like 20 different mobile platforms. There were so many. You could build for Symbian, which was Nokia's platform. You could build for Windows Phone. You could build for Palm Pilot. You could build for BlackBerry. You could build for the WAP, which was like how you build like mobile web apps and stuff. Like there were so many, and there were all these different platforms in Asia, and it was all kind of competing. And obviously then eventually like you had some like killer platforms emerge, like iOS and Android and kind of mobile web. And then the market kind of consolidated. We're not there yet. We don't yet have, like, it's still like these operating systems are competing. And so our view is twofold. The first is there's going to continue to be a lot of innovation, in the blockchain network space. Like we have a lot of problems to solve, and we're seeing that. We're seeing new blockchain infrastructures emerge. We're seeing existing blockchain infrastructures find new scaling models. And I think when we think about the number of apps that are going to be built on these networks, if you take like, let's say you have an app that has 500 million users, and those 500 million users are going to be interacting with digital tokens, creating digital tokens, using digital tokens, interacting with smart contracts to do things. Like there are no blockchains today that can support that, none. And so, like we have a long way to go, and these layered architectures and other things, they're all going to lead to more and more proliferation. And so for us, we have to invest a huge amount. Like we have a huge investment as a company, and not just in technology, but all the operations, compliance, risk, the whole thing that goes into supporting these. We're making a huge investment to continue to build support for USDC in more and more platforms. So you should expect that you'll just constantly see USDC launching on more and more networks. I can't obviously say anything about where we might launch next, but we definitely are going to continue to expand where USDC is available.
Well, at least we have some optimism there, looking to expand wherever possible, wherever it makes sense. The mobile analogies make so much sense of how Palm Pilot, right, BlackBerry, old Windows Phone, a lot of those things just cease to exist today. So I really like what he was mentioning, the proliferation, all the layered networks. We're going to see continuously more innovation, but also kind of this capitulation where some will make it, some won't. But I'm very optimistic on Cardano for building, for incentives. And I think there will be a time where Circle will announce like USDC natively just coming to Cardano. Why not? I think it will happen. Well, what do you guys think? And what do you think of his answer? Do you think, that it will come, it won't? It's kind of like a, a political answer he gave at the end of the day, not really hinting at any specific chain, but at least there is that positive of like still open to it, still evaluating the market. And I agree with the CEO that like it's still so early. It's so early. We haven't had those mobile moments where we had Android and iOS that crushed the competition. Ada Whale says, just learned about another small VanEck EU vehicle, VanEck Smart Contract Leaders ETN, that holds 9% ADA. It replicates the MVIS Crypto Compare Smart Contract Leaders Index. The growing prominence of neutral and unbiased indexes will be in Cardano's favor. As I understand this, I'm not an expert in these kind of granular things, but when I see VanEck and I think of institutional investments, we saw that name being dropped left and right, especially with Solana, if I'm not mistaken. It's great to see holdings of ADA and a decent amount, almost double digits. So while people make fun on Twitter, we see that like people like VanEck are holding ADA. We see that Google Trends shows us that Cardano's being searched. So fear not for the FUD. Often it's always the negative voices that are the loudest. People when they're positive are not really that outspoken. So this is great. TLDR, VanEck, ADA, holdings like that. Let's move on to Fluid Tokens, right? This is an amazing project that I've spoken about a bunch of times. The first permissionless runes DEX. They've been doing a bunch of great bridging things with ADA and Bitcoin. They are rewarding, and again, another reminder, 1,000 Fluid Token ordinals to their most active users. So just using the platform. Again, none of these projects am I affiliated with. None of them do I take any deals. I'm just reminding you that if you enjoy Bitcoin, ordinal space, runes, all that jazz, jump onto this. It ends on the end of July. So they will be rewarding people who take advantage of the network, take advantage of the platform and trade on their Splash as well. So Splash is another DEX that I wasn't aware of. Someone from the community put me onto this, and I like what I see. Maximize returns, splash profits, fastest Cardano DEX. And we'll comment on Melon. Melon is talking about integrating this into the aggregator as well. There's a fresh release that's going live like as we speak. Today we launched Splash Beta Interface. The release will include fast swaps, trading charts, fast... Did they say that fast swaps? Okay. I thought they made a mistake and I'm like, yes, said it 3 times. Fast, cheap trading charts. So good stuff. And the reason why I like to see this was I saw what Melon said. And of course, we know how important Melon's efforts have been with Nike, looking to finally enable all pools from Splash tomorrow on DexHunter, a DEX aggregator, on the official launch. Let the DeFi fun begin. We are working on the DexHunter algo improvement with codename Magic, I like that, which includes pending and eventually mempool trades into swap estimation and creation, meaning your trades should never go out of range slash arbitrage if we make it work bulletproof. There's a reply saying, this is awesome, but honestly, haven't those in the know been doing this all along? Melon says, routing is based on current price, not predictive, which includes pending and about to be completed orders. Well, any improvements, UX or otherwise, are welcome. I love to see all these different DEXs, MinSwap, Sunday Swap, Splash, DexHunter, all of them working and pushing. And it's very admirable. And I appreciate every one of you guys for like the work that you do for this blockchain. Dave says, just wrap the whole Cardano blockchain in AI and can query it using human readable text with the ability to extend to Solana. And I saw he already did it with Solana, Tron, Sui, and others. My intention here, 9 hours of coding, less than 110 lines of code, customized AI. Let's empower Cardano users with on-chain data. And as I understand this, is to do simple queries. I hate that word, query. Do the simple prompts, let's use that word, simple prompts to, as I understand this, demystify complex information and whatnot and integrate machine learning to evaluate it for maybe a variety of purposes. I did see that Dave was able to see this, like it pointed him to his pool. He says, okay, wow, this has really shocked me. I did not expect this whilst coding it. This is my pool, Dave pool. I didn't even code this in. Wow, AI is crazy. And the prompt was, find the pool with the ticker of Dave. Which is nice, because imagine putting that simple thing and then AI is just able to work as a sous chef. I believe in AI. I'm using it every single day. Let's finish off, guys, with some price predictions, forecast. Happy to see that Cardano has been riling back up. What a beautiful chart. Y'all know that my buying window is like 39 cents to 24 cents. So if it does dip, I don't think we're out of it just yet. But the ridiculous bearish price predictions are just too bearish. It's not the time to be bearish, in my opinion, of like 30K BTC. Some of these, I'm hearing on spaces like ridiculous stuff like 30K BTC, but no actual like reasoning behind it. Usually the ultra bearish predictions don't even have like this objective reasoning or why. So what am I going to do? You don't have to copy what I'm doing, and I recommend that you guys find conviction, what works for you, but I'll share with you what I'm doing. I'm going to watch Cardano every day, and between 24 cents to 39 cents, that's like the Black Friday special for me. That's when I scoop up more. At the same time, I just let it stake and accumulate more ADA. And simultaneously, I think that the months ahead of us, July that we just entered, August, September, maybe sidelines a little bit bearish. I'll continue to accumulate more, and you don't have to go all in. Little buys here and there. I last bought at 36 cents. Similar to when like Crypto Crow went in more and whatnot. And I think, guys, that beyond Q4 is going to be the bullish moment for alt season. Alt season will rip, and social trends and analytics show to us that we're only about 15% search of Bitcoin. So we still have a lot of runway, and I think that we will pass the previous all-time high. When exactly, I don't know the exact timing, but when it rallies fast and it runs quickly. At the end of the day, we know that Cardano is searched often on YouTube, up to 7 times more compared to some competitors. And at the end of the day, we know that Bitcoin has like 85% a runway to reach what it was being searched during those times of May 2021. Basically, we can come to the objective conclusion that we're not at the peaks yet. And that coincides with a lot of the fear that you guys see with blockchain. We see a lot of people that are giving ridiculous price predictions that this will go to zero, that will go to zero, and it's when they're pushing for that maximum pain that we just see go up. So guys, I think that we have a beautiful future ahead of us. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with governance, what happens with Chang hard fork, what happens with the rest going into Q4. But I think the way that Congress and the way that regulation is coming after projects, I think it is great to have us have good decentralization, and I think it's great to have a massive amount pre-launch in the public. The way I see Cardano is that it's very democratized, and I think that that's going to be beneficial, that the SEC and others don't come chasing after the project, because only time will tell. And just like the CEO said, we have not had those final moments of like out with the mobile Windows phone and Zune and BBM and BlackBerry Curve. You guys remember that? Those have not aged well. Those are done. So it's going to take some time. We're going to have those capitulation moments. And I think Cardano is ready, set for a ballistic, a parabolic movement like we've not seen before. It's going to take sentiment, and it's going to take time, right place, right time for it to go off. Let me know what you guys think. And do you think that we will actually see a time where USDC will drop on Cardano? Or is this just kind of a nothing burger, like political statement? Let me know. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.